the entrance to the apron there. And look at this, we have an animated baggage conveyor belt. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? That's the first time I've seen that in one of these custom airports. Hello Flight Sim fans, and welcome to the Practically Geek channel. In this video I've landed at Ayers Rock Airport here in Australia, and today I'm going to be taking a look at a piece of payware scenery by AUScene or AUScene, depending on how it is pronounced. Either one, I'm not too sure. Hopefully the guys can jump in and tell me how it's supposed to be pronounced. But this is, as I say, it's a payware scenery, and it's available over at their website, which will be linked in the description below. It retails for 129 Hong Kong dollars. That's how it's shown on their website. Converting that to, converting that rather to the English pound, I spent around, I think it was £12.49-ish. But expect to apply about £12. Ayers Rock Airport has one single asphalt runway measuring in at 2,599 meters. What sets this airport apart from a lot is the amazing view of Uluru Rock over in the distance there. And as you can see, the airport is not huge, but within this default scenery, it's also not the best. I've seen some bigger airports done a bit better in default form. Especially the airport, the AutoGen building, it's totally wrong, and it's the wrong height. It's just doesn't resemble the terminal at all. But as you can see, it's got a good sized runway. As I say, it's 2,599 meters, equivalent to 8,527 feet. The only other thing this airport has is not a remote building, but it's certainly out the way of the terminal building. You can just see it in frame now. You can see that it's another AutoGen utility building. And again, the taxiway and runway textures aren't the best in this default scenery. With that being said, let's jump into the, I'm going to call them AUScene scenery for Ayers Rock. And please stay with me as we go in and check out the payware scenery. Welcome back to Ayers Rock here in Australia, and we've loaded into the AUScene scenery just so we can have a look around and see how much the airport has improved from the default state. So flying over the top of this airport, it looks absolutely fantastic. The amount of new texturing on the taxiways and the runway looks incredible. The new terminal building looks true to life. It looks great. The apron just to the far left here has a new hangar and some other custom objects, which we'll have a look at in better detail in just a moment. The building out here is where the fire engines are stationed, and that looks fantastic. Again, we'll see that in better detail. And the fire engine training section over there to the left. So as you can see, AUScene have put some mega detailing into this airport. You've got custom foliage. It looks great. They've placed it really well. It all looks true to life, according to the pictures on Google, that is. The custom fire engine station here looks amazing. It's got its own little control tower, or in fact that is the control tower for the airport by the looks of it. The fire training plane here looks absolutely fantastic. The texturing on it looks really pleasing. It's very high resolution. In fact, you can get really close in and you can still see how well textured this is. You can see all the burn marks on it and everything, and obvious use of PBR materials there with the reflections. And you can see these lovely little custom fire extinguishers or extinguishing trolleys for the firefighters. Jumping back over to the control tower here, we can see there is a custom interior, and it looks really well done. The glass itself looks amazing. Let's just pop inside, glitch through, and you can see that the glass is still visible from the inside, which is hard for a lot of people to do. A lot of developers have trouble implementing that. And you can see on the computer there that the AUScene website is open and everything. And you can even see the radio has got its own digital screen on it there, and someone's dirty cup of coffee. Making our way over to the main body of the airport here, you can see more custom foliage as we fly above it here, which looks absolutely fantastic. Gives a bit more variety to the airport and more realism. And you can see a host of custom aircraft, including a lovely Qantas Boeing 727 there, and some Robinson R22 helicopters, I think they are, but they look absolutely fantastic. And the apron texturing is really great, some of the best I've seen, in fact. But we will be getting a closer look at that in just a moment, as well as the terminal building, which already looks absolutely amazing. You can see this custom fuel depot with the various custom signage here, like the BP, the Air BP signs, and everything looks really great. Because it's all custom, it just doesn't resemble the default airport at all. You can't really see any of the default scenery. It looks absolutely amazing. Just having a look at this what looks like a utility building here, the texture and the brickwork looks incredible. The custom foliage just off to the left there looks amazing as well. We are quite close up here, and you can still see the likes of the bits of rust and weathering on the air conditioning unit and the wires coming out. It looks really amazing. And this hangar inside here looks really great as well. You can see the custom Robinson helicopter as well being worked on by a high-vis worker there. That looks really great. A lovely bit of detail here with the custom tool boxes and stations, and the iron framework, the metal framework around this hangar looks really impressive. Really well done there. And the texture and work on the outside of the hangar looks just as good as inside. The bits of chipped paint and the metal work look really great. And off in the distance there, you can see my old favourite, a perimeter fence. You know, I do like me fences. Cutting back over the landside area of the airport here, you can see those default cars bobbing up and down, and there's not really much the creators can do about that just now. That's something that will need to be implemented into the SDK for creators to take advantage of. But the texture of the roads and the outbuildings here look absolutely fantastic. Again, the antenna array here for what looks like a mobile phone mast looks super detailed. And again, the brickwork and the overall texture on the buildings surrounding the airport look really well done. I am really impressed with this antenna array. It looks super detailed. And I am really impressed with the terminal building. It looks super high resolution, dead crisp. The amount of detail being put into here is second to none. The solar panels here, solar panels, you know from my other videos, I can't say that, I don't know why. Solar panels, they look super like crisp, high resolution. They're great. They're really spot on. And I must say, the custom vehicles like these coaches look really amazing, and the yellow and white markings on the floor aren't too bright, which is great, because sometimes we can see the lines on taxiways and just in general car parks look a bit too bright, and these are fantastic. They look really spot on. The actual asphalt texturing, the cracks in the road, and the maybe even the heat generally that you would get in this part of the world would warp the tarmac at some point. And just making our way down the landside area in front of the terminal, you can see the level of detail that AUScene have put into this airport. I'm right up close, and the only thing I would say is the ground texturing below me isn't on par with the others. You can see the PBR materials in the windows there, and the brickwork just coming up on the right here looks super well done. It's really impressive how detailed this airport is. And this lovely propeller memorial, I would imagine, in front of the those lovely diagonal roof panels. The amount of custom signage is really well done as well. You can see there's lovely reflective panels there for the lettering. Jumping over to the airside part of the airport now, you can see a lot of custom ground clutter, including the baggage containers, the custom stairways, and the trolleys look absolutely fantastic. The texturing on the apron, again, is absolutely amazing. There's no smooth or repeated textures. It looks very weathered and realistic, with different oil stains, and the yellow markings look fantastic, not too yellow as I said before. And the custom cones here scattered along. I love the perimeter fence with the gate here and the rolling gate that opens, and the custom signage again is absolutely fantastic. The entrance to the apron there, and look at this, we have an animated baggage conveyor belt. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? That's the first time I've seen that in one of these custom airports. That is really, really great. Again, some more custom foliage here, and we also have some lovely animated flags as well, which is always great to see. Making our way over the top of the building roofs here, you can see those lovely solar panels there. The reflections look absolutely fantastic, and this lovely cafe patio area with some tables and chairs, and the textures look absolutely fantastic, especially on that metal roller shutter there with the van in front of it. And then we have another building here which is similar style to the terminal building, maybe possibly arrivals or departures depending on which side it's on. And then we've got some more detailing with the air conditioning units and the lovely barbed wire fence there. And just making our way around this lovely custom 727 model here, the Qantas Link Boeing 727, looks absolutely fantastic, and you can see people loading it up with bags, and the level of detail on it is absolutely fantastic just for a custom model to be there, and it just adds to the realism of this wonderful payware airport. Just before we head into the night time to take a look at the night lighting, let's go through some of the features of this Ayers Rock airport. It's a handcrafted rendition of Ayers Rock Airport from Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's native, so it's built for, it's not a port of any kind, it's built from the ground up for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. High resolution baked PBR texturing, which yeah, we've seen that, a lot of that. Interior model, the hangar and the tower, we've seen that, it looked fantastic. Animated flags and luggage belts, which again, absolutely fantastic, lovely bit of detail that I haven't actually seen in other airports before. Realistic aprons with custom materials, the apron and texturings on all the tarmac look absolutely fantastic. Dynamic rain on the control tower glass, we'll have a look at that in just a few moments after night lighting. Custom vegetation, which we've seen as we flew over the top. Realistic night lighting, which we are going to see in just a moment. Detailed static aircraft and ramp objects. Detailed static helicopters and custom taxiway decals. So it is now time to rewind your clocks or your watches to 1 AM, and let's take a look at the night lighting at Ayers Rock. And yes, I do believe this is some really good night lighting. First thing I can notice are those apron spotlights. They have a more of an old like yellow hue to them rather than like a bright white LED, and they're illuminating the text. The apron textures look absolutely fantastic, don't they, in the nighttime, the reflections, and you can see all the different tire marks and wet marks and oil slicks and stuff like that. It looks absolutely fantastic. Let's just have a little closer look at the main terminal building here, because I can see the night lighting just underneath the baggage belt looks really, really detailed. Look at that. And that looks insanely great. I'm really, really impressed with that. It is very realistic, the night lighting in this airport. And just look at the Boeing 727 lit up by the apron lights as well. Let's just fly through here and just maybe fly the drone up a bit and just have a look at the surrounding areas. The lights underneath the terminal and those roof areas look spot on. They're really, really well done. The runway and the taxiway lights again look fantastic. I've never really seen a bad runway light implementation in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I think they're more default rather than custom in most airports. The lighting over here looks again fantastic within the fuel depot and inside the interior of that hangar. You can also see that custom helicopter just to the right here, the Ayers Rock helicopters with that lovely livery, the purple and white livery, and you can see that that is also reflecting light on the front windshield there. And doesn't the landside area look great as well? You can see the airport sign is lovely fluorescent blue there, and it's lit up, and you can see all the different bits of the roofing and the street lights are all lighting up the relevant areas. It looks great. I've also just noticed the rock kind of texture not just to the left here, for the kind of the muddy and foliage area of the landside car park. Looks amazing as well. And overall, I'm really impressed with the night lighting on this airport. It's really well done, very well implemented, and yeah, definitely one of the best, more realistic night lighting I've seen in the sceneries I've taken a look at so far. And just taking a look at that dynamic rainfall on the control tower glass as mentioned in the features, that looks absolutely fantastic, and we have seen that implemented in other sceneries, most notably the Wickham Air Park and the Southend Airport by Pilot Plus. They did it really well, and it's really well implemented on this airport as well. It looks fantastic. Let's look at a before and after montage of Ayers Rock Airport, and feel free to pause this video anytime within this montage so you can have a good look over the before and after videos. So that was Ayers Rock Airport here in Australia by AUScene. You can get this from the website directly. I'll leave a link in the description below. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and please subscribe to the Practically Geek channel for more videos just like this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again very, very soon.
Uluru 212, you make a left turn there now.
Uluru 212, ready for approach now, and I request vectors via fuel company approach.